Now, raining out this window is the sun. The sun rises. And across the way in opposition in the kitchen, Jupiter has been hanging out. And I have never seen anything like it in my whole time as I've been paying attention to the sky since intuitive astrology became a thing within my world. And School for the Fool, thank you for joining in. Now, the moon is with the heart of Scorpio. The sky is spectacular, okay? The sky is spectacular. It's like you could be having a day and go outside to the sky. I think even storms, it's like, well, you know how you feel. You feel connected to nature. Okay, so we're going to the karma cards. We're with the dogs. Whoa, hold on. There's a card that's not the right way. Service to others. It's the 6th house. Service to others. What is good for us? Your work. As a full-time job, serving. Do it a little at a time. And we've been discussing you're building your 10 of Pentacles through your 4 of Pentacles slingshot manifestation. Your purpose is part of your full-time job. Okay, your purpose is part of your full-time job. Okay. Do another house. Okay, so the 10th house, that's the connection to the 10 of Cups. Responsibility, success, become a person of power and status, and this is how you are building through your emotional intelligence, through your authority. Like how, like perfect example is how you treat animals, how you treat the innocence within life. There's like an evolution of authority and how you're creating with authority within your world with life and the innocence of life and the vulnerability within life, where like, right, it's so strong, but it's also so fragile. It's also so delicate. There is that care, a nurture restored, like the most divine feminine, you know, essence of this whole entire existence. The mother of matter, the mother of all things, the mother of creation itself. Now, she's going to nurture all things within creation. With innocence. Now, Gemini, the Jupiter is in the constellation Gemini. Information to explain, communications about, resulting from the fluctuations of what you want to be known. So something is revealed, what is believed. But see, look, not only is something is revealed from the unknown with God, but it's also believed. It's also charged with the heart. Use the quickest way. And so something is expanded here within the element of air. But Jupiter creates space. Jupiter creates space for your abundance. So you look at within your environment, within your inner environment and your outer environment, what is being removed? What is being, like where space is being created? And there could very well be a push and pull with, of course, though, love. Venus is here. Thank goodness. Cherish, enjoy. Charm, art, beauty are the way to. That's right. Look, charm, art, and beauty are the way to. That's a key piece of information right here. Key piece of information. The attraction of pleasure from good times. It's all to do with love. It's all coming back to the center of love with Venus and working in the garden of Venus. And when you work in the garden of Venus, even if you're with someone, you're in separation or you're literally separated from them. This is you doing your work, expanding through the earth with God, you know, materializing your abundance through the earth, literally with God within the atmosphere. And this can be like aromatherapy, cooking, you know, like you elevated your whole environment through things like you've done without, you know, you got better sheets, organic sheets, whatever. It's like you're looking into things that are going to better your health. But in this next breath too, it's like you're keeping it balanced. You're still going within. It's like this is doing the inner work. This is doing the inner work and doing what needs to be done within to heal with love, to heal from narcissism. So remember, it's like when you expand with the sun, that's expanding with your ego self. That's expanding from narcissism. But remember, you're putting a positive charge on there. So you look at your sun sign and how you're expanding. Like that's part of who you are. That's the masculine. That's part of the energy. Now, you're going to be creating space within yourself to heal from where you have your threads of narcissism within you. And we all do. Like, this is where you heal with the word, like, narcissism. Because, like, look, there's degrees of narcissism. Heal with the labels, but understand the labels exist for purpose. Labels is the masculine. Labels, like, you need to know if it's a banana or an apple. But it's all a bowl of fruit. So healing with the word narcissism. Now there's true narcissists, right? Like degrees of narcissism. But then, you know, we all are healing threads of narcissism through us with the collective, through the collective where we're just out of balance. So where you have patterns of trauma, where you forced yourself to do things within these programs that were artificial to yourself through, right? You're a child, whatever, your parents, whatever. You're forced to do all these things and you live life out of balance because these artificial programs are stealing all of your energy and you just want to call your energy back to your soul, right? Your spirit, the masculine, what is not dense, but what is airy, calling it back to your soul, what is dense, what is of this world, right? The feminine, the matter, the masculine, what is airy and beyond this world, the energy, and they come together and merge and we expand. So where these artificial programs have been siphoning your energy at people, places, things, situations that have created you trauma and taken from you and where you forced your energy without you, you have a thread of narcissism within you, whichever patterns that you're clearing up through your family lineage, through yourself for the collective, part of your mission work, right? And you're seeing that. You've had an illumination to that. You've been aware of that. And divine feminine and masculine have had an awareness to that and are doing this work through the self. And this is that work in the dark forest that only you can do with your cup as you expand your soul, what is dense, your earthly body, with what is, you know, the feminine, the matter, with the masculine, with what is beyond this world, with what is airy, spirits. And that is working with Metatron's cube and the 13 spheres of knowledge. What just came out here? True freedom is very close. It's just on the other side of your walls. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, because it's restoring, all this work is to restore balance within the 7th house. By taking a risk. The power of love. Look, this is the 6 of Cups within the 5th house. Your inner child. By taking a risk. Like love is a risk. You took a risk. But something happened within your partnerships for you to restore balance and cooperation through yourself and get a fair deal. But it's coming through the power of love, investment gambles, and other games, your creations. And this really has to do with your creations. With the trust of a child, fun, romance, and making art. This goes back to making art. Do it dramatically. This goes back to making art. Do it dramatically. Okay. Would you like to go beyond yourself? Would you like to feel no edges? What if consciousness were to remove its focus from your personal set of thoughts, your personal set of emotions, and your limited sensory input? Would you become untethered from the bonds of personal self and be set free to explore beyond? You're being asked to be set free from your own story, to get out of your thoughts of your mind and to go back in the unknown with God and to expand your perceptions. And I can hardly wait to see what happens next time we meet up.